Have you ever wondered what separates a man from a boy? It's not just age, it's awareness, it's control, it's self respect. And how a man treats a woman speaks volumes about his character. Today, I'll tell you a story, not just a tale, but a journey of a man who learned the hard way. Through each chapter of his life, he discovered 9 things a man should never do with a woman, and maybe this will remind you of your own story too. He met her in college. She was beautiful, confident, mysterious. He was obsessed. He chased her, texted her constantly, showered her with attention. She never truly gave him back the same energy, but he kept trying. One night, after another ignored message, his friend said something he'd never forget. You don't beg for what's real. If it's meant for you, it comes with ease. From that day on, he realized never beg for love. If it's not given freely, it's not worth having. Months later, he finally got into a relationship. At first, it felt like a dream. But soon, he started changing, not for growth, but for approval. He stopped going to the gym, stopped hanging out with friends, lost sight of his goals. Why? To keep her happy. One day, he looked in the mirror and barely recognized the man staring back. That's when it hit him. Never trade your identity to earn affection. A real connection doesn't require self-erasure. She flirted with other guys, laughed louder when they were around, and he tried to compete, tried to be funnier, cooler, richer, anything to win her full attention, until a mentor told him, a woman who's truly yours won't put you in a race. That lesson hit deep. He stepped away. Because any woman who makes you feel you have to compete isn't respecting your presence. Later in life, he met a woman who challenged him, pushed his buttons, and wouldn't back down. One night, they had a heated argument. His voice rose. Hers did too, but before it got ugly, he paused. He remembered watching his father once yell at his mother, the shame, the silence that followed. He swore he'd never be that man. So he walked out instead. Respect, even in conflict, is non-negotiable. Real strength is restraint. He dated someone who was healing from past trauma. He tried to be her therapist, her savior. But in the process, he forgot healing is personal. Not his job, not his role. One evening, she said, I need space to heal, not a man trying to fix me. And it clicked. You can support, but you can't save someone from their pain. That's their journey, not yours to solve. There was a phase he was financially unstable, struggling in silence. He acted like he was doing great, rented cars he couldn't afford, paid for dinners on credit. All to impress her. Eventually, the lie broke, and so did the relationship. She didn't leave because he was broke. She left because he wasn't real. Never lie to keep someone. If honesty pushes them away, they were never yours to begin with. He met a woman who was beautiful, magnetic, and toxic. They had chemistry, sure, but no peace, no growth, no depth. Still, he stayed because the physical pull was strong, until one night, alone and drained, he realized, what's the point of desire if it costs you your sanity? Lust can blind you, but real love is clarity. Don't let temporary pleasure destroy long-term peace. Early in another relationship, he poured out everything, his past, his failures, his fears, all too quickly. She wasn't ready. It scared her off. He learned later that intimacy is built, not dumped. A wise man knows when to speak and when to wait. Vulnerability is powerful, but timing is everything. Finally, the hardest one. He was with someone who didn't truly see him, took him for granted. But he stayed for comfort, history, fear of being alone. Until one day, he sat in silence, looked at her across the table, and asked himself, would I want my son to stay in this kind of love? The answer was no. So he left. Not out of anger, But self-respect, you never stay where you are merely tolerated. A man's peace is too expensive to waste on unworthy love. These 9 lessons weren't learned from books. They were earned through mistakes, heartbreak, and growth. And if you're listening, maybe you've walked some of this road too. Being a man isn't about dominance. It's about awareness, wisdom, and how you carry yourself, especially with women, defines your strength more than anything else.